Of all the games they got this weekend, they got the Niners and the Seahawks. That was brutal. I look at San Francisco and I go, they were limping into this game, but I expected it to be somewhat close. And when you open up with a kickoff return for a touchdown and Eddie Pinheiro thinks he's out in the World Cup trying to trip up Shaheed as he's running down the sideline, that's just not great for anybody involved. So my ugly for the week was the performance of the San Francisco 49ers in their game at Seattle over the weekend.
Dang. I mean, they were limping into it too, but all right.
All right. Well, Sheriff Quinn, you get the bad, sir.
Probably me having to use some dude wipes there between the last 2 segments.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Sorry about that.
Booty meant Q.
Just too much darn coffee this morning, man. It's just running right through me. I don't know. I think our entire family, actually, the bad should be the Quinn household is just falling apart. We were able to get through the holidays, I think, like healthy, but now it's hit us and it's taken us down one by one. It's just like watching like each Quinn family member just get taken down. They're puking. They're just puking out of their ass. The whole thing. It's a whole situation in this household right now.
That's disgusting.
That might have been TMI for some folks out there, but I know there's others dealing with it. So again, go find you some dude wipes. I'm telling you. It's like a breath mint for your ass.
Oh, gosh.
The visual on that was wild.
Like all I could hear in my head was, oh, but it wasn't your mouth.
The sad thing is our little 1-year-old Cade is he's dealing with it the worst right now. So it's sad seeing little babies when they're sick, man. That's the toughest to deal with.
On the bright side, though, we did get Country Western Suika back in the building.
I know.
Back by popular demand.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you can't.
I think it's your
really
best.
kick it, huh? Can you try a different one? Like Jonas has a bunch of different impressions he does. Can you do anything other than the country one?
I did the British one for a second.
Yeah, he
Do the
came in
British
from
one
the
one more
UK.
time.
Oh, good heavens. Brady Quinn. Good heavens.
Is it Elmo you can do that scared me, or was it SpongeBob?
I'm not doing those.
Oh,
Why not? Come on, Patrick.
Come on, Patty.
SpongeBob was like, oh, gosh.
Oh, you do sound like SpongeBob.
Come
But
on,
not right
Patty.
there.
Yeah, no,
Come on,
but
do it.
Take
like
us to
naturally.
break.
Go
Take us
ahead.
to break with SpongeBob.
Let's hear it.
Ah!
That What?
That was not
That's a
what you
really
showed me.
limited SpongeBob. Come on,
You
take
do a
us to
better
break,
Patrick
Patty.
Star. I can do a Patrick Star.
There's an instrument.
I am dedicated. I am TNT.
With Team in Training, you will reach your best physical self so blood cancer patients can reach theirs. Change your life by joining a marathon, half marathon, triathlon, or a cycle event, and you'll change the lives of blood cancer patients.
I am committed. I am TNT.
After 600,000 participants and almost $1 billion raised for treatments, TNT has helped the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society make a significant impact in the advancement of blood cancer therapies that save lives every day.
I am making a difference. I am TNT.
Join TNT. Expand your circle of friends to be part of a very special community. Train with world-class trainers and have the chance to be part of the most exciting endurance sports events in the country. Or train on your own schedule with TNT Flex. Join TNT and fundraise while you train and take part in getting us all closer to a world without blood cancers.
Join TNT now. Go to teamintraining.org.
Listen to the Bama Brown Experience on the free iHeartRadio app or at BamaBrownPodcast.com.
A couple of crashes this morning along the service road, a major highway starting things off on the Mopac frontage road going northbound at Breaker Lane. A crash blocks off both the left lane and the U-turn lane. There's also a wreck on the service road of I-35 northbound at Grand Avenue Parkway. And looking onto FM 973 for a wreck at Bill Price Road. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
Hey, Texas sports fans, Mike Hardge here, and it's time for Texas men's and women's basketball. Thomas J. Henry Law is thrilled to be part of the action with Texas basketball game broadcast. Just like the athletes give it their all on the court, Thomas J. Henry and over 250 attorneys give it their all when it comes to helping you and your families get the justice you deserve. Whether it's on the court or in the courtroom, dedication, strategy, and teamwork are crucial. For over 30 years, Thomas J. Henry Law has been committed to securing meaningful results for the injured people and their families. Visit tjhlaw.com or call 24/7 to get the help you need for you and your loved ones.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ziprecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
You still thinking job change in the new year? Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy. IT? Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI. That's what I did. Really? How? Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up. Sweet. Are classes online or on campus? Both. Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Now that a new year is here, start 2026 by showing your gratitude. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose, celebrating the incredible impact of public school educators. Nominate an outstanding teacher in your life who's gone above and beyond for their students to be among the winners of $5,000 to stock their classroom. Teachers give their time, money, and hearts to help students succeed. Help us say thank you to the educators shaping our future. Get all the info and nominate a teacher who goes the extra mile today at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Para muchas familias del país, tener un día de tranquilidad es difícil. Le pasa a Remy y su familia que viven en Los Ángeles.
A veces tengo que ayudarle a mi mamá.
Lo bueno es que Remy descubrió que el bosque, ese respiro que necesita, está realmente cerca.
A mí me gusta aquí. Quiero venir muchas más veces con mi familia.
Tu familia también puede disfrutar de la tranquilidad del bosque a menos de 90 minutos. Entra en descubreelbosque.org y encuentra el bosque más cercano. El bosque, más cerca de lo que crees. Un mensaje del Servicio Forestal de los Estados Unidos y el Ad Council.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning Kickoff. The morning Kickoff.
It's the morning Kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, Mo City, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas,
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Game Plan Wednesday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Texas football finishes 12th in the final poll, and we have Texas way too early 2026 prediction. Baseball Hall of Fame welcomes 2 of the best to ever do it. Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman joins us at 7:34. Mark's favorite player can't find a home. We've got Anthony Williams of Connected Athletics will be joining us at 8 a.m. The football coaching search has picked up, and our guy will be back on the microphone, and so much more, because Texas basketball will now be playing tonight, taking on Kentucky. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And we've got our guy Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, we're going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets this Friday night to see Bert Kreischer. That's right. Bert Kreischer will be coming to ACL Live. All you got to do is use that new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. Tap that talkback feature on there and leave the keyword of the day, which I will give you a little bit later. All right, Mark, Texas final record. I mean, not final record, but the final rankings came out yesterday, and the Texas Longhorns finished in the number 12 spot. You look at who was in what and how it was all going down, and you look at this Texas football team, and you're like, we left something out there. There was an opportunity for Texas. There was so many things that could have happened for this Texas Longhorn team, but they finished number 12 in the final AP rankings. How you feel about where they finished?
I wish I saw the list because I think if you look at what went into the playoff, there were minimally 2 teams that went in that got obliterated that Texas should have been in front of. Minimum 2. Miami proved that they belong. Did Notre Dame belong? We'll never find out. But I guarantee you there were like I said at the time, there were 4 teams in there that shouldn't have been above Texas in the playoff.
I'm about to give you the list right now.
Okay, let's do it.
The ones that are above Texas, and then we'll
give them the yay or the nay.
Yep. At 11, Texas comes in at number 12. Number 11 is BYU.
No.
Number 10 is Notre Dame.
No.
Number 9 is Alabama.
No.
Texas A&M comes in at number 8.
Nope.
Texas Tech comes in at number 7.
Nope.
Georgia, number 6.
Yeah.
Ohio, until you beat Georgia,
we can't go above that.
Ohio State finishes at number 5. Oregon, number 4. Ole Miss, number 3. The U, number 2. And Indiana, number 1.
Okay, so you got my list right below Georgia.
So you think Texas should have been the number 7 ranked team, even though they did not make the college?
Ole Miss was above them, right?
Ole Miss is no. Yeah, Ole Miss was number 3.
Okay, yeah. So that's it. Everybody else after Georgia, behind Georgia, I'm sorry. You were not a better team this past season than Texas.
Even though they made the college football.
Even though they made the playoff. Because we all have that argument, not just me and not just you, because I know you don't believe that those teams belong above Texas. I'm saying the fan base and a lot of the sports writers even said, well, I think that, because of the conference thing and they didn't put the best teams in like they said because they didn't stick to the criteria. If you stuck to the criteria, strength of schedule, that was the number 1 thing on the list. Who played who? How much did you knock off a team that you played? Texas beat Oklahoma. Oklahoma beat Alabama. That kind of thing. Did they stick to it? No. They ended up going with the conference. How did Miami get to be number 2? They didn't even win their conference championship because they didn't play in it.
But they played for a national championship.
But they played for the national championship. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. The criteria is broken. They have to do a better job next season.
Well, they're already working on that. And the main thing that they need to worry about is not expansion. What they need to worry about is the criterias and how you're going to select all these teams. Coming in at number 13 was Oklahoma. Utah finished at 14. They lost their coach. Vanderbilt 15, Virginia 16, Iowa comes in at 17, Tulane 18, JMU 19, 20 is South Carolina is USC, Michigan at 21, University of Houston at 22, Navy at 23, North Texas at 24, and TCU at 25. Now, if you break it all down and you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams from the state of Texas are in the top 25 and finished
Hardge,
it out
I know
strong.
this is going to come across as, man, you just love Texas football. But I think that Houston and North Texas should have been ranked higher.
Oh, my gosh.
With what the teams that they had and who was on those teams, they should have been ranked higher than a bunch of those teams, maybe in the late teens, that Houston and North Texas should have moved up.
He's talking Tulane and James Madison.
I am.
But those teams won their conferences.
I know.
So that kind of null and voids some of that.
I've been wrong before. I'll be the first one to say it, but I'm from the eyeball test.
Wait. Did you say you'd be the first to say that? No, it's like pulling teeth when you're wrong.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Oh my, what?
I've been wrong before. I said it before.
Okay.
I know we not gonna get much in the NBA, but that Reed Shepherd take that he had early in the year.
Yeah.
It kind of went away, didn't it?
Not for everybody. They got that thing out there called freezing old takes. So they go online and they'll look at.
Hey, that's one of mine that's way in the back of the freezer with the deer strap that you got like 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's still frozen. So
it's still frozen.
Just like those people went and found that Sark said there will never be an undefeated team the way that everything is.
Boy, that's aging like
milk.
Yeah.
That's spoiled over there real quick.
Cottage cheese milk now.
Exactly. But, you look at how Texas finished and where they are, but we've talked about some of the moves that they made to be successful. But now you start to look at next year, way too early. Where's Texas predicted to be? ESPN released their way too early expectations.
I don't know if I'm
season.
ready for this.
Indiana is going to be coming in at number 1. Texas is number 2. Texas is coming in with all the moves that they've made. Arch Manning having another year under his belt. Notre Dame comes in at number 3. Georgia, number 4. Oregon, 5. Oregon's going to be interesting because they bring back Dante Moore at the quarterback position, but they also brought in transfer Dylan Raiola. So he is coming in as well. So that'll be interesting. Ohio State is back into the conversation. Julian Sand went to New York, and he has Jeremiah Smith. So that'll be big. Texas Tech is right back in the conversation as at number 7. Miami at number 8. Ole Miss at number 9. And Texas A&M rounds out the top 10 on the way too early prediction of college football.
Sound like the money list too.
Could be.
The all-time college football money list is on that list, the top 10.
That's how the game is being played. You look at
the new game.
Number 25 is Utah, and this is going to be the first year without Whittingham, who has now taken the job at Michigan, and Michigan comes in at number 18. SMU is at number 17. New LSU with Lane Kiffin is at 15. USC, with the ups and downs of what's going on with not playing Notre Dame, playing Notre Dame, they're coming in at 13. And the Oklahoma Sooners come in at number 12 in the way too early 2026 predictions. Coming up next, the Hall of Fame has made its call, and I cannot be more excited about both of these guys. Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman joins us at 7:34, and we will have more conversations about Mark's favorite player trying to find a home. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Bonus bucks. Once you win $1,000 in bonus bucks, you'll have more money to use on your fantasy leagues. Bonus bucks. The winning happens every weekday, right here on 1300 The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's reports of an accident leaving San Marcos southbound on I-35 before Posey Road. It's got a 10-minute backup behind it and delays start from McCarty. Looking onto the service road of 183 northbound after Breaker Lane for an accident there, and you're stop and go on I-35 northbound, about a 15-minute add to your drive from Highway 45 to William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Get a quote today in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose?
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Attention Texas drivers. My Plates has a stunning range of premium embossed license plates. Whether you love the modern look of carbon fiber or the retro black and white design, there's something for everyone. Texans are loving My Plates' new embossed plates with a great choice of designs. Black and gold, black and yellow, and even the Lone Star flag. Don't miss out on this chance to personalize your ride with up to 7 letters. Head to myplates.com now and start your embossed order. That's myplates.com. Customization you can feel and see.
This is Dr. Jesse Mills, host of the Mailroom Podcast. Each January, men promise to get stronger, work harder, and fix what's broken. But what if the real work isn't physical at all? I sat down with psychologist Dr. Steve Poulter to unpack shame, anxiety, and the emotional pain men were never taught how to name.
Part of the way through the valley of despair is realizing this has happened, and you have to make a choice whether you're going to stay in it or move forward.
Our 2-part conversation is available today. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search the Mailroom, and start listening now.
Hi, I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, America's largest family law firm. During this time of year, difficult relationships sometimes become impossible. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
Searching online for a car?
When you call that dealership, your first question should be, are there any extra costs to the price on your website? At Henna Chevrolet, our answer will always be no. Their answer, you don't want to know. Shop surprise fee free with Henna, where the price you see is the price you get. Absolutely no addendums ever. You deserve honesty, and that's what we run on. Together, let's drive at henna.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
For the next segment, we'll have our guy Danny Davis of the Austin American States talking all things Longhorns, football, and of course, basketball. I want to get into this conversation because this is something that we talked about yesterday. Voting for the Hall of Fame can be kind of interesting when you sit back and think about it. There's guys that you look at and you say, oh, yeah, that dude, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. There's some guys that you're like, I can't believe he's not in the Hall of Fame. And there's other guys where you're like, why did it take so long? We heard earlier in the this, I think it was right before the end of the year, that Jeff Kent, Lake Travis Jeff Kent, was going to be inducted into the Major League Hall of Fame. He's one of those guys that you can say, man, he got in, or you can say, man, what took so long for him to get in? Because he's just that talented of a player. But you also look around and you say, why does it take a guy who we all believe is one of the best players to ever play the game? Why does it take so long for them?
Yeah, why
to get in?
Why is that?
Because the voters are voters. It's up to the people. It's not up to – if players voted on players, there'll be a lot more guys that are in the Hall of Fame. There will be more guys that played the game, that played against people, that understood when you're on the field and you see the way a guy moves. You saw it. I mean, you see it in wrestling. You see guys that are just so talented that it's like, we got to make sure that we put this person where they deserve to be, because the talent level is it just stands out.
Yeah.
It stands out.
There's a lot of guys that are not in the Wrestling Hall of Fame because the talent don't get to choose.
Right. And so that's kind of the same thing that you look at with Major League Baseball. And then you find out that there's only X amount of players at a certain position that is in the Hall of Fame. I say all that to say that yesterday was a special day for some players that deserved and waited to get into the Hall of Fame. And Carlos Beltran, who I talked about yesterday, who I played against, who I saw every single day, got the phone call for him to be into the Hall of Fame. And here's Carlos Beltran on what it means for him to be in the Hall of Fame.
Which hat you think about wearing into the Hall?
Well, there's no doubt, Cliff, that my best years in baseball, are in two teams, the Kansas City Royals and the New York Mets. That's a decision that I would love to sit down with my family, with Jessica, with my kids, and make a decision on that. I do really enjoy my time in New York. Now I work as an advisor for the Mets. So, there's a lot of weight, wearing the New York cap.
I was going to say nothing against the Mets, but George Brett's the only Royal, though, so they will love you forever. They already love you in Kansas City, but they'll love you more, man. You go in there with the Royals hat.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly speaking, when I was coming up in Kansas City, for a moment, I thought about, wow, it would be so great to have a career in one team, one organization. In 2004, I was traded to the Houston Astros. And, and after that, after almost 5 years and a half in Kansas City, we didn't win. We didn't experience playoff. All of a sudden, I get to Houston. I experienced playoff baseball. And after that, I went to New York with a 7-year contract. So, New York really invested in my career big time.
Man, it's interesting, too, because when you think about baseball, you think about the Latin player, you think about the American player. Carlos Beltran becomes the 6th Puerto Rican to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Only six of them are inducted into the MLB Hall of Fame. He was a switch hitter. He was the Rookie of the Year, 9-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glover, and 2-time Silver Slugger. He is one of 5 players with 500 doubles, 565, 400 home runs, 434, 300 steals, 312, and that adjoins Willie Mays, Andre Dawson, Barry Bonds, and Alex Rodriguez. I didn't realize that he had played for as many teams as he played for until they were talking about which hat that he was going to wear. He got to the big leagues when he was 21 years old, and he played until he was 40 years old. He is a talent, and I didn't realize, too, that he played for both the Rangers and the Astros back-to-back seasons. So kudos to him. Congratulations. Well-deserved. His what the heck was that?
Trash can.
Oh my God. Man, you're a Houston Astro fan.
Hey, I just want to say it like this here. If Jose Altuve don't get in first ballot, I don't want to hear nothing.
Right? Well, I agree with that. Well,
that was just one shot. I thought you took him out back and shot him.
I'm like, what
I was
happened?
thinking like some bongo drums. I was thinking like Matthew
However you want to look at it, they got in. And I said it yesterday. I said that he deserved to be in because when you look at the numbers and what he was able to do with his career, it was something to behold. And that is very, very impressive. Now we get to my guy, Andrew Jones. Atlanta Braves Andrew Jones is now a Hall of Famer along with Chipper Jones, who will be on the show on Friday to talk about Andrew Jones. As we talked about yesterday, Andrew Jones is the owner of 10 Gold Gloves, tied for the third most among outfielders. Roberto Clemente and Willie Mays each had 12, and what he was able to do at an early age when he came up to the big leagues, he was on the biggest stage against the New York Yankees, and he was crushing the ball. But one thing that you always knew about him was that he wanted to be the best defensive center fielder.
10 Gold Gloves in a row. What was your favorite thing about going out there and playing center field every day?
I took a lot of pride on my defense, and you can see it pay off. I always wanted to be the best at my position because I'm the only one standing there. If I miss that ball, it's not going to be anybody else backing me up. So
right.
I work hard at it.
And it showed because you were so good and you made everything look so easy.
He was very special there. He now becomes the 6th Hall of Fame player that was on the Atlanta Braves. Our guy Chipper Jones, Fred McGriff, Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux, and John Smoltz. That's some swag right there. That is a class of all classes. And the interesting part about all of this, he and Carlos Beltran are born a day apart in the same year.
Get out of here, man.
Yeah.
You did a deep dive.
Well, I mean, it's out there on the internet. It's on the interwebs.
It's on the interwebs.
It's on the interwebs. So you start looking at what he was able to do. Both of those guys played the position at an all-time high. Very special. They could steal bags. They win World Series. And it's funny because Beltran was he won the pennant in 13 with the Cardinals, but he won the World Series in 2017 with the Houston Astros. So he was a combination of so much more. He also had 1,582 runs scored, and he also had 1,587 RBIs. He's one of only 38 players in the history to have 1,500 in both of those categories.
I remember Beltran, the first time he was with the Astros when he that playoff run.
Yes.
He was just
8 home runs.
Yeah, he was going into the playoffs and in the playoffs. He was just unstoppable. He was just killing everybody.
He said, I saw a special on him a little bit on that, And the way that he said every pitch looked like it was perfect for me, and I was squaring up the baseball every single time. He did an interview with my former roommate, Cliff Floyd of MLB Network, and they were teammates in New York, and that was the best time of their lives. That's why Cliff was asking him what hat is he going to wear when he goes into the Hall of Fame. If I'm him, I go with Kansas City because he did a great job with Kansas City and helped that team. When Andrew Jones was named to the Hall of Fame, he was at a golf tournament in the Dominican. Albert Pujols, Adrian Beltre, Justin Upton, Ken Griffey Jr., Gary Sheffield, CeCe Sabathia, Jimmy Rollins, and Adam Jones, Yonder Alonso, and Chris Young were all at that golf tournament. So they were all together when he was named into the Hall of Fame. And there will be an exclusive interview today with Ken Griffey Jr. and Andrew Jones. And don't forget, Chipper Jones on Friday. Exciting time. Baseball is right around the corner, but so is Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. He joins us next right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Listen to the Bama Brown Experience on the free iHeartRadio app or at BamaBrownPodcast.com.
Things are slowing down on the southbound side of the 130 toll road due to reports of a crash around Pecan Street, causing a 5-minute backup from FM 685. Stop and go traffic on I-35 northbound, adding 20 minutes to your commute from Highway 45 to William Cannon. There's also a new wreck on Congress Avenue at Riverside Drive. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. It's a new year, and Staples has fresh deals to get you fully equipped for 2026, like up to $120 off HP Smart Tank printers. This deal means business, and so do these printers. Shop in-store and online today. Staples, that was easy. Ends January 31st.
There's a new app where you can invest in your insight. Introducing DraftKings Predictions, now available in your state. Big on playoff football? Pick a topic. Make your prediction with a yes or no. Then see, will your smarts pay off? DraftKings Predictions is new, simple to use with playoff trading available in your state. Download now. New DraftKings Predictions customers get up to a $25 first trade bonus with promo code AM1300. Invest in your insight and make your prediction today with DraftKings Predictions. Don't just know it, predict it with DraftKings Predictions. The crown is yours. New customers get up to a $25 first trade bonus with promo code AM1300. DraftKings Predictions is a CFTC registered introducing broker. Event contract trading involves substantial risk of loss. One per new customer. Opt-in required. Non-withdrawable predictions. Dollars expire in 1 year. Ends January 25th, 2026. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. See terms at dkng.co/predictions promo.
New year, new opportunities. Start 2026 by taking control of your financial future with Texitcoin, the cryptocurrency born in Texas for Texas. Fast, secure, and decentralized, Texitcoin is your chance to buy into freedom and innovation. Don't just make the resolution, make moves toward independence, growth, and real financial power. Visit Texitcoin.com today and join the Texas Revolution in finance. Make this the year you lead, not follow. Texitcoin, where Texas meets tomorrow.
Progressive's accident response can detect and send help when you need it most after a major car accident. But other accidents, you're on your own. Like when you accidentally call your wife Mom. When you accidentally say Happy Holidays on someone's birthday. When you accidentally wave at someone you thought was waving at you. We can't help with those accidents, but Progressive's accident response provides peace of mind after major car accidents. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19.
But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Spurs went cold with a 14-point fourth quarter falling to the Rockets, 111-106 in Houston. Carlos Beltran, who helped the Astros to a World Series win in 2017, was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame along with Andrew Jones. Texas ranked 13th in the final college football coaches poll. Indiana, of course, number 1. I'm Rhonda Moss.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Allstate.
Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Alt 2K. A commercial-free look back to alternative from the 2000s.
It just takes some time, little girl in the middle of the ride.
With Foo Fighters, Weezer, Linkin Park, Green Day, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and more.
Someone like you.
Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Alt 2K, and listen now.
iHeartRadio.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. It's a hump day edition of the morning kickoff, and that means on Wednesdays we get to talk to our guy Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. Danny, college football came to an end on Monday night. The Indiana Hoosiers, who we thought was going to we didn't. We thought Indiana was going to win that game. I know I did, because disciplined, older players, disciplined football team. But they came out and won that. Texas finishes ranked in the final poll at number 12. And now we're on to the way too early 2026 predictions of the Texas Longhorns. But as football comes to an end, what were your thoughts on the season? And was the national champion who we thought it was going to be? You're muted. Let's see what's happening with Danny.
There's going to be something to be said about this. So, Danny he's like, so y'all trying to mute me now. But that's not the case. We love Danny. This is his home. Danny, any time that you come on 1300 The Zone, this is home for you.
We don't have him muted. What we're going to do is we're going to call him on his phone, and he's going to stay on the camera, and we're going to talk to Danny Davis of the Austin American States.
I dig it. I dig it.
So
sometimes you got to make alternate moves.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. So Danny be waiting on that phone call. But one of the things too, Danny is a huge baseball guy as well. So that is going to be something that I want to talk to Danny about, because, you start to look at the upcoming season for the Texas Longhorns. You start to look at the major league season, and there's certain things that can happen throughout those. So Danny, Marcus just called, so go ahead and talk on that.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
We got you now. So going back to the first part of the question, mute yours. We got to do something with the mute, right? Mute your, there it is. You muted that.
All right, are we good now, or?
No, we still got the feedback. Now it's slower. This is like a comedy of errors. You ever see that play?
Yeah.
That's what's going on right now.
I think we got it. Go ahead, Danny.
Okay. I would say
he
that
got his computer muted.
It
Is
sounds
it still
like
working or it's kind of echoey?
It's still kind of echoey. It sounds like somebody put on there. It sounds like someone at NASA with the NASA effects.
yeah, it sounds like a rap video.
So just close the computer and we'll just call you. We'll just use the phone right now.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, there we go.
That's so good.
That's much better. That's much better.
All right. As far as Indiana's concerned, I mean, they went undefeated. I mean, they were pretty dominant throughout the season. I mean, they had some close calls against Penn State and I guess Miami made them sweat, but I mean, they were pretty dominant throughout the season. Beat Ohio State in that championship game and kind of kicked. I love the Oregon Ducks and they kicked the what out of them too. So I mean, they're definitely a deserving champion with a deserving Heisman Trophy winner. And are they the blueprint to what it takes to win a college championship? I guess we'll find out going forward. But at least for 2025, they definitely were. I don't think anyone can nitpick about their championship or say that deserves an asterisk or anything like that. They were the clear champs.
Well, Danny, the quarterback was a big talk, but I thought that the running back was incredibly impactful. Both cornerbacks were really good, and they had a defense that was just unrelenting. Like a lot of that comes from the coaching, but they made some good picks in the talent they had.
Yeah, I mean, they were just a really well-balanced team. I don't even think you can say Fernando had a great championship game. I mean, he had that run and closed the game well, but I mean, their defense played really well. I think in the semifinals and championship game, 13-80, they look like the two best wide receivers on the planet. They obviously had a Heisman Trophy winner, throwing to them. So I mean, across the board, they just had a really good and balanced team. Obviously, the quarterback gets all the love, as we know here at Texas. I'm sure he'll be the first one to tell anyone who will listen that his Heisman is a team award, and he was surrounded by a bunch of guys who definitely stepped up this season. So it wasn't just the quarterback; it was the entire team, and that was on display in the national championship game because that was probably a B game from the quarterback, but everyone else gave it their A. And when Fernando needed to make a play on fourth down the stretch, he definitely made it.
We're talking to Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. And Danny, back here on the 40 acres, Texas continues to make moves in the transfer portal. And one of the guys that has been getting a little bit of buzz was in that game for the national championship for Indiana, and that's a local product. What are you and your guys hearing about that young man on if he's thinking about leaving the national championship team that he would play for?
I mean, I hear stuff when it happens. I'm not paying too much attention about who may or may not come to Texas. That's not something I care that much about, to be honest. Like when they get on campus, I'll start studying up about them. But as far as rumors and I'm assuming you're going to talk about the kid from Westlake,
yes,
the lineman. But
yes,
as far as I'll care when they get there. I'm not with what college football is now. I think every single player at every single campus probably has some kind of rumors attached to them. Even someone who seems as rock solid as Arch Manning, need to deal with draft stuff about him. So when it happens, I'll be happy to write about the kid. But I mean, I don't know why you want to leave a national champion to come to Austin. I'd stay there and kind of ride that out and milk that championship as much as you can.
No doubt. Danny, I wanted to ask you this. We're going to transition to Texas women's basketball. They bounced back after a tough week where they lost back-to-back games, and then they come out and they beat Texas A&M pretty handily during that matchup. And Aaliyah Crump, you and I were both on the conference call where Vic teased us about Aaliyah Crump, but she was able to come back. Once she gets her legs under her, this could be a deadly Texas women's basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what happens when she was on the floor. I mean, she, played all right at the beginning of the game. Kind of came on late in the fourth quarter. I think had 8 points in the fourth quarter, but she was a starter before she got hurt.
Yep.
Was a starter for a top 5 team at the time. So obviously that shows the talent that she has. She's a number 5 recruit in her recruiting class, which is a very strong recruiting class with what Jazzy's doing at USC and what Aaliyah's doing at Oklahoma. There's a lot of talent in that class, and she's a top 5 recruit. So that gives Texas a lot more depth. It gives Texas shooting. She didn't shoot the ball particularly well against A&M, but that's probably 60 days of rust right there. It gives Texas flexibility because now Texas can go with its 4-guard lineup if it wants, or if it needs to play big, it gives them a good guard to come off the bench. So I think just having Aaliyah back gives this Texas team a lot. I think the biggest thing on Sunday was Rory, Madison, and Jordan all checked out in the third quarter and didn't have to come back in. So it gives them, opportunities to rest some of their players and not having to be playing 40 minutes a game. And I just think having that one extra guard gives this team a lot going forward.
Well, Texas will be taking their off until till Sunday as they take on the Arkansas Razorbacks. Arkansas has struggled this season as well, but Texas is locked in. So let me ask you this, because when you're ready for Major League Baseball, and I know you're a baseball guy, did you think that the Hall got these two guys right by getting them in with Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones?
As far as I'm concerned, the Hall won't be right until Barry and Roger are in.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Man, you better stop preaching this. It ain't Sunday.
Obviously, as a baseball, as a child of the '90s, and Andrew and Carlos were not '90s stars, but that was definitely some of my formative years. I mean, I'm happy to see them in there. I mean, it was great watching them and watch Andrew Jones play center field, and Carlos Beltran definitely had some memorable moments, but it just doesn't matter to me. I mean, the Hall is a farce until the greatest hitter of my generation, the greatest pitcher of my generation are in. And I find it really ironic or funny that Andy Pettit's getting a lot of Hall of Fame buzz and love, and he's admitted to using HGH stuff, and but Barry and Roger, that's a bridge too far, and Alex Rodriguez isn't going to get in, and I mean, it is what it is. You can say asterisk or have a steroid wing or whatever, but I mean, the steroid era is a part of baseball's past, and it's part of baseball's story. And until those two guys are in, as far as I'm concerned, the Hall of Fame is kind of a joke, and it's supposed to be a museum, and you're omitting two of the greatest players in your generation because of people want to get self-righteous on their ballots. And I just, the Hall of Fame day used to mean a lot to me, and now it's just kind of a roll your eyes. And I guess next year we'll see Buster Posey go in or whatever, and everyone will get excited about that. But it's hard for me to get excited for Buster Posey and Andrew Jones when, the greatest hitter I've ever seen in my life and the greatest pitcher I've ever watched are chilling on the outside and not able to get entry into it.
That's
why. Let's put all
the. Say it with your chest, man.
Let's put all the people pre-integration and baseball has a lot of dark eras, and the steroid era is not something I'm condoning or happy about, but it's part of baseball's past. But sure, let's celebrate Babe Ruth, who didn't have to face a black person, or some of these pitchers who were pitching against milkmen. Let's celebrate them, and omit Barry and Roger. But sure.
Yeah.
Do you baseball?
Do you baseball? That's why we love talking to Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. Make sure you follow his work at the Austin American Statesman, and of course, follow everything Danny does on Twitter at _Danny Davis. As always, Danny, we appreciate you. Get your computer fixed, and we'll get you next week.
I'll see y'all later.
You took a shot.
That's my guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman.
Don't let him take shots at you, Danny.
When we come back, we're going to talk about Mark's best friend and see what's going to happen with his career. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Texas basketball is back on the hardwood, and AM 1300 The Zone is your home for every bucket. How about poke for three? How about it? Every dunk. Now drives. Baseline goes up with a two-handed jam. Oh, what a throwdown. Every heart stopping moment.
Come on, drives in, off the glass. It's good. Here's Taylor, 2 seconds. Launches from midcourt. Off the rim, no good. Texas wins the game.
All season long on The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Things are slowing down on the southbound side of the 130 toll road due to reports of a crash around Pecan Street, causing a 5-minute backup from FM 685. Stop and go traffic on I-35 northbound, adding 20 minutes to your commute from Highway 45 to William Cannon. There's also a new wreck on Congress Avenue at Riverside Drive. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
Hardge here, and the new year is rolling in at Covert Chevy Hutto. If 2026 is about fresh starts and bigger moves, it's time to upgrade what you drive. Right now, start the year strong with $15,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500. Or cruise into the new year in style with $5,198 off MSRP on a new 2025 Chevy Blazer 2LT. See dealer for details. New year, new ride, real Chevy power. That's Covert Chevy Hutto, right off of Highway 79. CoverChevyHutto.com. Together, let's drive.
Are you running for office and have a message you want every voter in your district to hear? Well, that's where radio comes in. Radio is your direct line to morning commuters, midday grinders, and late nighters. Radio puts your message right where your voters are. Plus, it's 1/10 the time and cost of video. Don't just campaign, connect with millions all over the country, even thousands in the smallest communities with radio. Be on the air in just 48 hours. Visit winwithiheart.com. That's winwithiheart.com.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Woohoo! Hear that? That's what having fewer hot flashes and night sweats can sound like. Veoza is the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment FDA approved for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as hot flashes and night sweats, due to menopause. Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose?
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
We started Henyon and Walsh for people like you. People with integrity, honesty, and loyalty. The result? We care about you and your investment success. We're dedicated to your financial goals, so we'll always give you our best efforts because you've earned it. We're Henyon and Walsh and committed to you. Get a second opinion. Call 800-279-5279 or find us online. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Henyon & Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Henyon & Walsh Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 24/7 comedy.
Men don't settle there. We surrender.
women, we never express the emotions we're actually feeling, right? I'm fine means I'm about to stab you in the neck.
Clips from today's top comedians and the greatest of all time.
Donut hole. If you want a donut, have a donut. Why are you eating the hole?
When you need a laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search comedy.
You can actually change the station.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Longhorns basketball plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Special shout out to our guy Danny Davis of the Austin American States. You can follow him at or Danny Davis. Coming up at the top of the hour, we got our guy Anthony Williams of Connected Athletics and the Navy All-American game. We're going to talk recruiting, talk about some of the recruits that were at the Navy All-American game in San Antonio. And there was a bunch of juniors that were there that also came to Texas on Junior Day. So we'll ask Anthony about the recruitment part of all of that. But right now I want to get into the conversation about Trayvon Diggs, 6-year NFL veteran who was released by the Dallas Cowboys and picked up by the Green Bay Packers, has been relieved of his duties as a cornerback of the Green Bay Packers. He is now a free agent. And it's interesting to me because when he left the Dallas Cowboys, the way that they left each other was kind of unceremonial because they did not get along. There was so much that happened with them. Cowboys had signed Diggs to a 5-year, $97 million extension. And that was after he had the ACL injury. And then things were never good after that. He ends up going to Green Bay. I think Micah Parsons was pushing for that, but now he has been released and looking for work.
How do you get fired on your day off?
He found a way to get that done.
Hey, listen, man, they realized something that they didn't know before, that he doesn't work hard. He's not going to do all the off-season work that they are going to require him to do. And his talent is not great enough now to look aside from the trouble. So, yeah, he'll be out there. Somebody will pick him up, and when they get an injury, that's what he's going to be relegated to.
Well, the move also helped the Green Bay Packers free up $15 million. So he was going to be part of their cap space, and it freed up $15 million in cap space.
Good for them.
So this was a move that they needed to make. And again, he came in, played 2 games, and he wasn't very good. He had 2 tackles and only played 1 snap against the Chicago Bears. And so for him, it was just, let me finish out the season with this team, and now I get another opportunity to go somewhere else during that time. So it's just real interesting to see how the game has changed and where it's moving to. And now this is where Diggs is. The only question that I have for him, does he get another job, and is he going to be able – I'm not asking him to be the all-pro. I'm not asking all that. I'm asking him to go back out there and play at a very, very high level. Is that going to be part of his journey coming after that?
You can ask if you want to, but I don't think that'll ever happen.
You know Mark says.
Yeah, I already know that.
My favorite player.
Yeah.
You need to quit. You need to quit.
Yeah, high level football player for Mark Henry. Hour number 1 is in the books. Coming up next, we're going to talk to our guy Anthony Williams of Connected Athletics to find out more about some of these recruits that Texas has and the Navy All-American game where some moves were being made. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well,
Trying to find a needle in a haystack? Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Need a reason to call Thomas J. Henry Law after a car accident? How about $1 billion? Because Thomas J. Henry Law fights even when the insurance company says your claim is worth nothing. Thomas J. Henry doesn't back down. That's how we put over $1 billion in our clients' pockets in just the last 4 years. And why we're one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas. Car accident? Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Thomas J. Henry. The name you know, the firm you trust. Principal office, San Antonio.
Football playoff action continues to heat up, and BetOnline gives you more ways to play. The latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game action, so you never miss a moment of the road to the big game. When the game is over, check out BetOnline Casino with hundreds of the hottest slots, classic table games, and massive jackpots waiting to be hit. Plus, don't forget their VIP program with exclusive level-up bonuses, weekly cash boosts, and rewards designed for serious players. Head to BetOnline today, because at BetOnline, the game starts here.
The deals are heating up at Group 1 Ford of South Austin, home of transparent pricing and no dealer add-ons. Lease a new Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend for just $329 a month with 0 down. Or lease a new Ford Explorer for $429 a month with 0 down. 36-month lease terms. Bronco Sport MSRP $33,690. Explorer Active MSRP $42,940 before discounts. For well-qualified buyers with approved credit. First payment due at signing. See dealer for details. Ends 2/2/26.
Listening to your favorite podcast
And taking your favorite radio station with you to the gym or across the country?
That's one app.
The free iHeartRadio app.
Stop paying for apps you don't need.
Rediscover the app that's probably already on your phone. iHeartRadio.
The #1 app for radio.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You accidentally cut your daughter's bangs unevenly. Do you A, line things up a centimeter from her hairline?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
No. Sweatbands are so hot right now. Everyone's wearing them. Like that basketball player and that other basketball player.
B, get spiritual.
Mom, where did all the mirrors go?
A reflection could never capture our true selves.
Huh?
Beauty is within.
C, look on the bright side.
Less time blow drying, more time texting.
Or D, show empathy.
Mom, you really don't have
Ta-da! Twinsies!
I kind of love it. As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org/OH. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KBET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. In hour number 1, we talked about Texas finishing number 12 in the final AP poll, and we also talked about them being number 2 in the way too early 2026 preseason poll. We also talked about the Hall of Famers, Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones, finally getting in and helping the center fielders be represented We talked to Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman, and we got a chance to talk about Trayvon Diggs being gone. If you missed any parts of that, all you got to do is get over to the podcast page, wherever you get your podcast, and check out the first hour. But right now, we're going to go and talk to our guy, Anthony Williams of Connected Athletics and the Navy All-American game, which just took place in San Antonio. And it's always good to chop up with our guy, Anthony Williams. How you doing, sir?
What up, fam? How you doing? What's going on, Mark? Strongest man in the
What's
world.
going on, Coach?
And I'm blessed and feeling like a champion this morning.
Already, that's good. I like that. We like champions around here. I wanted to get into this conversation because you deal with a lot of recruiting. You help these kids get an opportunity, whether it's through some of your camps and, of course, through Connected Athletics. But my thought process during this time is you get a hold of these kids kind of early. And you get to see and you walk them through a lot of these processes. For those that don't know anything about the next step, what is it that you guys can do to kind of help them out on that level?
Well, Mike, thanks for having me. I think the main thing that we offer is consultation. There's so much change going on academically, athletically, obviously with the portal. We're trying to advise players across the country and their parents and enable them to make sure that they can proactively manage the entire journey of their sons or daughters being a collegiate athlete. A lot of parents, Mark, we're all parents of blessed athletes. It's a lot of information. You got to work, you got to take care of your kids, you got to make sure the car's got oil and gas, and if you're not on top of this, the way the system is now, you can get behind and it could impact you. And I always tell people in recruiting, I was just talking with a group on Sunday, there are no mulligans in recruiting. You either get it right or you get it wrong. And today it's crazy. We talk about the portal and NIL like it's a negative thing. Mike, Mark, you and I all agree. I wish we'd have had NIL back in the day.
Right.
I mean, so if handled correctly with proper education and information, it could be a good thing. Now, the infrastructure needs to be modified. For example, I think, Mike, I texted you after the game. I mean, right now is when the portal should open. Coaches should be able to leave. Leaving before the end of the season is something that really needs to change. And I wish I could be the commissioner of NCAA football because I'd fix it in about 5 minutes, but that's a whole nother dream of mine. But yeah, that's what we do. We want to make sure that we empower players and athletes and families to make sure they understand the ever-changing landscape of NCAA sports right now.
You had the Navy All-American game, and obviously it's the best of the best. You guys send out. It's really cool the way that you get these guys to accept the offer. It's a journey, but it's also fun for the work because they get to work around professionals. They get to learn at a very high level. But you also do this for the junior classes as well, so they can get a taste of what it all looks like. And there's a lot of kids from this area that you brought down there, kids from Dripping Springs, Hudson Whitewright. You got another offensive lineman, Adarius Hines from Pflugerville Henderson, Pete Vallejo Jr. There's so many other kids in this area that a lot of folks are going to get to know. How do you do your scouting to find out if this kid is got what it takes to be part of the Navy All-American workout and game?
Well, primarily, you've seen me on Thursday and Friday nights during the season. I'm at games and I'm watching, and I like to be kind of in ninja mode. I don't promote that I'm out there. Just watch, because once kids see me, it's like, oh, hey, coach, and let me turn up. Like, no, you should be turning up whether I'm here or not. Right. And so really, it's seeing kids play the game. Nothing against 7-on-7 or some of these other events that are out there right now, but it all comes to how you play on Friday nights. And so I get out at games and I watch kids, and I'll usually walk up. If I see him, like, hey, I like what I saw of you playing an actual game, I'll walk up to him afterwards. Hey, guess what, man? You just earned an invite to the National Combine. We'll see you in January. I also rely on a lot of good scouts. Fozzie Whitaker, a lot of the guys are on my team. Anthony Wood, former head coach at Westwood. Now Derek DJ Johnson, a lot of former Longhorns, Alex Okafor, Aaron Williams. We all talk about kids we see, and we make sure that kid earned an invite. Let's bring him down and put him on a national stage to see if he's one of the top 600 players in the country.
Coach, is there any of the athletes that are currently coming into Texas that you scouted and saw this year that you would go, okay, there's a lot to work with. This kid is really going to be a player.
Remember the name Tyler Atkinson. I have known him and his family since he was a 7th grader. Played for me in the 8th grade All-American game with Under Armour. He was a 9th grade All-American in the Adidas freshman All-American game with FBU. He is a special player, and not just on the field, off the field. Great parents. He's your typical utility, Mike, to take one of the baseball teams. He's a typical utility player. He can play outside linebacker. He can rush off the edge. You can put him in this rover kind of nickel. He can do a lot of things. And I really look forward to seeing Tyler take the field next year. He's he'll be similar to Colin Simmons, but he'll be able to impact the game from a lot of different positions. So I'd say right now, and not just I know him personally, because he's a great kid and a great student, he'll be a great leader, but he can make plays from all over the field. So keep an eye on Tyler Atkinson in this class.
Yeah, he was somebody that a lot of folks were excited that they were able to get out of the state of Georgia and get him over to the University of Texas, especially when Georgia's right there in that backyard. We're talking to Anthony Williams of Connected Athletics. You can follow him at AWilliamsUSA. And Anthony, one of the things you mentioned it just a little while ago about being ahead of the journey and being able to fill out all the information and make sure that the recruiting is going in the right way. It's not too late, but you're behind the 8 ball in a lot of those situations if you have a kid that's a junior or a senior. But where can people go to kind of get led in the right direction by you and your staff or somebody else just to make sure that they're doing things the right way?
So go to our website at connectedathletics.org. You'll see my outstanding team of guys who have been there and played. On my executive team, you have guys like Chris Vaughn. He's the father of Deuce Vaughn. He's a national collegiate scout for the Dallas Cowboys. You got guys like Brad Smith, who played at Missouri Tigers Hall of Fame, played with Aaron with the Bills, and he's played with the Jets in New York. And then you have guys like Brian Davis, who was the former associate athletic director of academics at UT while Aaron was there. Fozzie Whitaker. So we have guys that have been there and done that, and are staying up to speed with the vast changes. And so we have put together a consulting service that focuses on 3 main pillars: academic assessment, having, Mike, you mentioned it, and Mark, you mentioned also, having an academic plan so that if you do blow up and you become that guy, that academically you've taken care of things. What happens, Mike, a lot of these families, it happens to their kid as a junior, and then they're playing catch up to make sure they took that geometry class or that Spanish 2 or whatever. So we are advising players and families on, don't wait for it to happen. Be ready for it to happen. Take care of your academics. Make sure you understand the importance of athletic development. Make sure you understand in that football case that you are increasing your football IQ, which is an issue right now. And then lastly, make sure that you are taking care of your personal branding through social media. Social media is no longer about what am I going to have for lunch and, oh, look at me in my one-handed catch some 7-on-7 tournament. It needs to be an extension of your resume, because before a coach ever talks to you, invites you to a recruiting event, he's going to look at your timeline and he's looking to see what kind of athlete you are, what kind of person you are. Do you have any type of character, integrity? Do you love your family? Because if you don't love and respect your family, how do you respect me and my coaching staff, since we're not family? What are you doing in your community? So we advise kids on how to prepare themselves early, freshman, sophomore year, so that when you do get into the crosshairs of being recruited as a junior or senior, coaches already know who you are. Because Mike, at the end of the day, and Mark, you've heard me say this in the past, even with your son, it's about recruiting is about developing relationships. You could be a great athlete, but if you are not a good person, if somebody doesn't know about you, you're not being recruited. So start trying to form these relationships as a freshman, as a sophomore, so that as a junior, they know who you are, and now they're watching you and see what kind of person you are on the field, in the classroom, and how you treat people in the community.
Yeah, that's that right there is money. You also were going to have a camp this weekend, but the way that the weather is supposed to be, it looks like that camp is not going to happen. But it was called the Grind Camp. And can you give people a little bit of insight on that Grind Camp? Because I believe a lot of it has to do with what you just talked to us about what these kids need to do to try to get to that next level.
Yeah, we last July, if you remember, you guys, I was blessed you guys had me on the show. We talked about the Grind Camp, and really the camp was focused on giving players and families a sample of what it's going to be like at the college level. So it was like a sample day in the life of a football player in college. 7 a.m., hey, we're lifting weights, and then you're going to go to class. and then you're going to have position meetings. We're going to have lunch, and you're going to have more position meetings. You're going to be on field, and then practice, and then watch film, and then have some seminars throughout the day. And so we were excited about doing it again over at Manor New Tech, thanks to Coach Derek Lewis. But with the weather this weekend, we're not going to have it. But it is a preparation for these kids that are going to all the different events, the showcase events that are out there, the Adidas, the Under Armour, the FBU, all the events that are out there. Prepare them for having a better day at these exposure camps. Because right now these kids are thinking, well, I'm a guy, I'm a finished product. I run a 4.5, or I can throw the ball, 80 yards. And with me and Derek Johnson and Alex Okafor and Aaron and all my guys are trying to teach these kids that when you get to the upper levels, as Mike and Mark, everybody's big, everybody's fast, everybody's strong. Your difference needs to be, are you a gym rat? Do you understand the game within the game? Can you get up on the whiteboard and draw up cover 2 and talk about if they come out in 3-by-1 from left hash, I know where I'm going right now. I know who my hot receiver is. Or
come on, man.
Yeah, if you're a quarterback and you break the huddle, you see, okay, the play coach's call is not going to work because I see them blitzing off the left. Do you know how to slide protection? So take away the 7-on-7, take away all the speed training. All that stuff is important, don't get me wrong. But if you understand the game of the game and you can't make adjustments and show your football IQ, it really is all for naught. So we take pride in teaching. It's a smaller campus, only about 75 to 100 kids. They have to bring a notebook. They got to bring a pencil because most of the time they're going to be in the classroom, either watching film, doing installs, and then being asked, get up on the whiteboard, John. You're Mark Henry, your son's up here. You can get up there and draw up from a defensive line perspective. When they come out and empty, how does that affect your assignment in that play or that coverage or that run set? So those are things we're trying to point to these kids that, yes, the physical does make a difference. Yes, your academics, but to play at the next level and to be somebody that really is dependent upon, you got to become a student of the game. And so we're trying to help these kids going from undergraduate students to being graduate students from a football perspective.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Tell people where to follow you again and where they can go to Connected Athletics once again.
Yeah, so you can follow me on A. Williams USA. We will be rescheduling camp because of the severe weather coming in. It will be back at Manor New Tech, probably in the June-July timeframe. We're not trying to interrupt the existing calendar of events. We want kids to get out there and play 7-on-7 and go to all these great recruiting events. But before the season starts, understand how to play within the game. So connectedathletics.org is our site. If you want information, if you're a parent or you're a guardian or you're a player and you're like, hey, I think I might have a chance to play at the next level, go to our website. We can do a free consultation service and talk about how we provide you all the inside information that you need to make sure you maximize recruiting, developing relationships, NIL if it's a possibility. And if for some of our college clients, if you're going in the portal, go in with a plan before you go in there. 10,000 players in the portal right now, and a lot of them have just found out, I don't have a home that I'm going to, and I can't go back to my old home. And so we need to educate these kids on the real process of the portal to make sure they understand it, that it's not just a party in there, and that you're not going to come out with money at the end. So we're trying to educate and empower our athletes to maximize this ever-changing time of NCAA sports.
And parents, he said it. Y'all are welcome too. So please get in there because some of those street agents y'all use.
You didn't hear that one word he used, free consult.
Yeah. But what I do here is them parents need to be in there because, as he said, 10,000 kids jumped into the portal and a lot of them don't have no place to go. So it's a sad, sad story. As always, Anthony, we appreciate you taking the time. We'll get you back on again because we want to get into some X's and O's with you because I know you know how to break that down. Thanks, brother.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, guys. Thank you guys. Have a blessed day.
You too. There he is, Anthony Williams of Connected Athletics. Make sure you follow him at A. Williams USA. Coming up next, coaching moves. John Hardball spoke to the media, and our favorite coach may be having a job right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
In their inaugural season in the SEC, the Texas Longhorns made history.
For the first time in 22 years, the Texas women are headed for the Final Four.
Now, they're back to finish what they started.
The hoop, and she scores! And she scores!
Harmon will hoist it from half court and makes it.
Listen to Texas women's basketball all season long on 1300 The Zone. Your home for the Horns.
Now here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Friend. That's friend. Enter it now.
AM 1300 The Zone.
Listen to the Bama Brown Experience on the free iHeartRadio app or at BamaBrownPodcast.com.
Looking at the morning commute over on I-35 northbound, stop and go from Highway 45 over to William Cannon. If you're heading this direction, plan for 20 minutes to be out of your drive. There's also a 10-minute out of your drive over on Mopac southbound due to congestion from Shoreline to 183, and an accident reported on the service road of I-35 northbound at William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting Sabertooth Zip Ride or Pan for Gemstones. Take the Wild Cave Tour or the Hidden Passages Tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com.
This is Dr. Jesse Mills, host of the Mailroom Podcast. Each January, men promise to get stronger, work harder, and fix what's broken. But what if the real work isn't physical at all? I sat down with psychologist Dr. Steve Poulter to unpack shame, anxiety, and the emotional pain men were never taught how to name.
Part of the way through the valley of despair is realizing this has happened, and you have to make a choice whether you're going to stay in it or move forward.
Our two-part conversation is available today. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search the Mailroom, and start listening now.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Earn an accredited MBA in as few as 16 months for about $21K at University of Maryland Global Campus. Explore 10 specializations, including finance, HR, cyber technology, and more. Plus, showcase the value of your MBA with a comprehensive learner record and digitally demonstrate in-demand skills and credentials to employers. No application fee if you apply by February 11th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose?
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Coach Sark here. 1300 The Zone is your flagship home for the Texas Longhorns.
From our guy Anthony Williams of Connected Athletics and the Navy American. Sure. over there. A Williams USA on social media. Now's the time for you to get a chance to win Bert Kreischer tickets. We're giving them away. All you got to do is get over to AM 1300, the zone, tap that red microphone, and leave us the keyword of the day. Funny is the keyword of the day for a chance to go see Bert Kreischer at the ACL Live, not the movie theater, ACL Live. You get a chance to go check him out. We'll be giving away tickets. Make sure you're tuned in to Craig Wade's show this afternoon as Craig and our guy Jake Herman will keep you rolling throughout the day. So make sure
Jake's been doing a good job, man.
Yeah, Jake's been holding it down. I want to get into this because the news came out yesterday, and I thought it was interesting that Mike McDaniel had pulled his name out of the coaching search for the Cleveland Browns. And I was like, well, no big deal. I understand that. Nobody wants to go to Cleveland. I can see why he would pull his name out of there. But then some news came across that said not only is he pulling his name out of that, he's deciding he doesn't want to be the head coach. He wants to take a job as the offensive coordinator. Now, we had these conversations about this, and we thought that this would probably be the best move for him. And he's a great play caller, and if he puts himself with the right people, it will be great. Now is the time for Justin Herbert to take that next step as he will be taking the job as the OC for the LA Chargers.
This is a redemption job. He's pulling himself out of the head coaching carousel because nobody is making him the feature or the focal point. He's got to go in as a coordinator again and prove that he can change things and make things better. Not to mention, I'm sure that whenever he had all of these evaluations, people were like, what are you doing to get better with interviews? What are you doing better to better yourself and standing in front of the team and communicating what your objective is? Because I know he lost alphas. And I'm not talking about the fraternity. I'm talking about the men in the room. If you cannot stand in front of us and command the presence of the better athletes, you are not going to get the job done. So go over there as a coordinator, keep your mouth closed, and put the installs in and preach the game plan. That's what he's going to be doing with the Chargers.
Well, he did get the interview with the Atlanta Falcons, the Ravens, the Browns, the Raiders, and the Tennessee Titans. The Titans decided to go with Robert Saleh. The Falcons decided to go with Kevin Stefanski. Terrible. By the way, Baker went at Kevin Stefanski as he rightfully should have the other day with this conversation. But you start to look at this and say, he went to a place where supposedly this a great quarterback. It is a team that has some players. They got to get younger on the outside. Keenan Allen, he's an older player. He's getting long in the tooth. They got a nice tight end and a Rondé Gaston the second. So there's going to be some plays there. One thing's for sure, he's a damn good play caller, and he will be able to do that. And as far as the communication part of it, I don't know if he was bad in the locker room. I've seen him on Hard Knocks. He talked well to the locker room. He may not talk well to public people. He may not be able to talk well to you and I during an interview. And there's a lot of people that are like that. There's some that can talk in front of people that they know, or they can talk to people that they don't know, and they don't like those communications. So I don't know about that, but I do know this. His mind, as far as play calling, is going to help the Chargers get to where they need to be. In other moves, there was a guy made an appearance. John Hardball made his appearance in New York to address the New York media, and he knows what New York and Jackson Dart is all about.
Because, the quarterback's kind of important. That's kind of a big deal. And I'm excited about Jackson Dart, and I've seen your backup quarterback too, Jameis, up close and personal 2 years ago. So I saw him complete a bunch of passes. Yeah, I know. There you go. I saw you. I had oh my. Remember that game, right? It was a great game for you. And so it starts with the quarterback for sure. I mean, the quarterback, the quarterback has got to, you build your team around your quarterback. I mean, you build your team around your players and what they do well. And I like the way he plays. I mean, I like his talent, skill set, all the things he's accomplished. But more than that, I like who he is and what he's about. And to me, he's about football. I mean, this young guy loves football. He wants to talk football all the time. And, and that's kind of what I like doing too. So I think we're going to have a lot of great conversations.
Man, I love the fact that this is the opportunity that he's going to get. As he said, there is something about Jackson Dart that he wants to see. Cam Scatterboo, they got Malik Neighbors. As I said, that defense is solid. And it's interesting that he picked New York over possibly an Atlanta place or somebody else just to see what's going on. But for Hardball, this is the right move for him.
Well, I think he also wants the challenge too. And elite coaches are just like elite players. They want great competition. And this is a challenge for him.
Yeah. He
could have went to Atlanta and had all the tools, and it wouldn't have been him doing it. It would have been him just managing. But this is a challenge. This is him really working. And we'll find out how good he is.
If he wanted a challenge, he should have took us up to Cleveland.
Yeah, he should. There's a limit to the madness, Hardge.
Yeah. Coming up next, we got the world's strongest man bringing you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Looking at the morning commute over on I-35 northbound, stop and go from Highway 45 over to William Cannon. If you're heading this direction, plan for 20 minutes to be out of your drive. There's also a 10-minute out of your drive over on Mopac southbound due to congestion from Shoreline to 183, and an accident reported on the service road of I-35 northbound at William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
the perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
Introducing True Earnings Checking from Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. Earnings that are almost too good to be true. Earn 5% APY on balances up to $15,000. It's simple. Just deposit at least $1,500 in new money and make 15 debit card transactions each month. No minimum balance, no monthly fees. Even if you miss the requirements. Open your account online or at any of our 24 Austin area locations. Visit atfcu.org to learn more. Rates subject to change without notice. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, America's largest family law firm. During this time of year, difficult relationships sometimes become impossible. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
It's a sale. Right now, every service needed for your vehicle is on sale at any of the 3 Leaf Johnson Ford locations, Austin, Manor, and Buda. And we're wide open. Tires, brakes, oil changes for only $39.99 with synthetic blend oil, tire rotations, and alignments. You name it. Any of the 3 Central Texas locations have it on sale. Can't come see us? We'll come see you with our mobile van on most services, or we'll come pick it up and bring it back. Go to leafjohnson.com and pick your location and time. You'll love it at Leaf, Austin, Buda, and Manor.
January is a time when many people look for simple ways to reset routines and build healthier habits, especially in the kitchen. Stocking up on dependable, high-quality ingredients takes the stress out of home cooking. With more, here's registered dietitian Roxana Asani.
Bush's recipe beans are the very best because they offer unbeatable taste and trusted quality.
Grown, cooked, and canned in North America, they're a convenient way to bring flavorful, feel-good meals to the table. They're a reliable staple whether you're cooking more at home, watching your budget, or preparing meals for those you love.
Beans are versatile and support balanced meals, from soups and salads to bowls and dips.
Bush's recipe beans add plant-based protein and fiber to any meal. And there are plenty of ways to use them, like a Greek dense bean salad or a sweet potato breakfast bowl. Both are simple dishes that fit right into busy weeks.
For recipes and to find Bush's recipe beans near you, visit bushbeans.com.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, cloudy skies, slight chance of a shower, a high in the low 70s, partly cloudy tonight, a low of 52. For Thursday, a mix of sun and clouds, a high of 70, a low in the upper 50s.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Get a quote today in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
This show contains information subject to, but not limited to, personal takes, rumors, not so accurate stats, and plenty more. What's up, man? This your boy Nav Green from the Broken Play Podcast. Look, it's the end of the season. The playoffs are here. Guess what? It ain't the end of your season. You can always tune in with Broken Play Podcast with Nav Green on the Black Effect Podcast Network. Not a team who ain't going to the playoffs. The Chiefs.
What's a wrap?
It's time to rebuild. Open your free iHeartRadio app. Search Broken Play with Nav Green and listen now.
There are currently more than 200 Beaumont area children in foster care and not enough licensed families to provide them with a safe and loving home. If you would like to learn more about becoming a foster family for children in need, call Buckner Children and Family Services at 409-866-0976. That's 409-866-0976. Or visit buckner.org.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Hordes.
As always, you know what happens when that drops. Means one thing, WWE Hall of Famer, world's strongest man. Mark Henry brings you his world's strongest take. Take it away, big fella.
Hard.
Yes.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the world's strongest take by the world's strongest man. Marcus, back then they didn't know me. Now I'm hot. They're all on me, guys. Here we are again, another world's strongest take. And I'm going to go to Tennessee. I think that one of the best acquisitions outside of what we had with Hardball in New York is the Titans picking up Coach Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh did an incredible job with the Jets. The Jets just failed him because they're the Jets. Now he has a young quarterback. He has a team with valuable pieces on the defensive side of the ball. And his structure and the way that he connects with his players is kind of second to none from all of the analysts and listening to General Manager Mike Brazzoni. But I see one issue that needs to be resolved before they get to the next level, which is fielding a team that can possibly actually make the playoffs. Robert Saleh is a defensive guru. He is a leader of men. He is a guy that inspires you because he knows all the ways to get that done because of him being a veteran and seasoned coach. But what he is not is a great offensive mind. I think that he should go out and poach one of these top offense coordinators, Clint Kubiak, a Joe Brady, a Todd Monken, a Cliff Kingsbury, Mike McDaniel is off the board. I think that this is going to be the best thing. The hiring of Robert Saleh is going to get Tennessee back to being an elite team above 500. What say you?
I mean, you start looking at all of these teams and all of these different coordinators. What is going to be best for Cam Ward? Is Cam Ward going to be able to help pick the offensive coordinator at this time? I don't know. I don't know if they trust him enough to give him that type of title. Is he one of those guys that you definitely want? He's your franchise quarterback, so he should have a say in what type of offense that he brings to the table. I think Cliff Kingsbury might be perfect for him because of what he's done with what he did with Jaden Daniels in his time. Cliff is out there on the market. Don't know if he wants to be a head coach anymore, but he can go out there and help with what Cam Ward can do. But the problem is they got to have some receivers. They got to have playmakers. They got to go out in this draft, get some of those top wide receivers that are out there that can come and make plays. Think about Jackson Smith and Jigba and what he was able to do in his rookie year. Now in his second year, he's up for player of the year in the NFL, offensive player of the year in the NFL. You look around and they only have Calvin Ridley as their number one wide receiver. I think he's great, but he doesn't have any help. And that's the other part of it. Do you go out and get yourself a big-time running back? Look, Cam Ward, some of these things that he might have had happen to him as far as turning the ball over, getting sacked, not being able to move around, all these young quarterbacks, what they need is a running game.
Yeah.
You have to be able to develop a running game in the NFL. Even with what we've seen with Patrick Mahomes and the ability, he was one of the leading rushers on that team. When have you ever talked about Pat Mahomes being a leading rusher?
Never.
So you have to be able to establish the run to take pressure off of these young quarterbacks. And if you cannot do that, it don't matter who the offensive coordinator is if you can't run the ball, because you're not going to sit back and drop back in the NFL and think that you're going to win games just by throwing it 40 and 50 times a game. It's not going to work like that.
Well, if that's the case, then you know that there's not going to be a running back picked in the top 35 picks. And with your second pick, go out there and get a Jeremiah Love.
He will be on the board. There will
in the second round.
He will be a first round pick.
I have to see that to believe it. But with their first round pick, they should either go out and get Lemon, the wide receiver from USC. He should be available at their pick. They might even be able to try to move up and get the wide receiver, either Cornell Tate or Jordan Tyson. Like that, those guys could fall to those spots. And now you fix that and you've gave weapons to Cam, who needs weapons, as you just said, with a coordinator like Kingsbury, that would fix a lot of their offensive woes. Now you just got to build depth on that offensive line, and I don't think that the running back game at Tennessee is really the issue, but it would be good to fortify it with a young running back that can come in and learn the ropes from an elite running back.
Once again, if you can't run, you're not going to win in this league. I don't care how good you think Cam is going to be. Not you, but I'm saying if you can't run the football, it's going to be very difficult to win. And as of right now, in the mock draft, they have Tennessee taking an outside linebacker, David Bailey from Texas Tech, with their the fourth pick overall. And for the running back part of it, Jeremiah Love is going to be predicted to be the 9th pick in the draft by the Kansas City Chiefs to, again, figure out a way to run the ball to protect Patrick Mahomes.
Well, they have everything else. They don't need wide receivers. They got 5 of them.
Yeah.
They have the ultimate quarterback in Patrick Mahomes.
If he can come back and be healthy.
Right. If anything, they need to get a tight end to replace what they're going to lose in Kelsey.
Just what we need, Kansas City with weapons.
Yeah.
Right. Give them some more toys.
They're like, hey, man, we need to be back into this conversation. Speaking of conversation, another great one by the world's strongest man with his world's strongest take. When we come back, we're going to talk Texas men's basketball. That's right. Texas men's basketball has a big game tonight in the Bluegrass State. And we'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
I'm not going to throw my broadcast crew under the bus, but I will tell you this. Best producer I've ever worked with, Bill Hartwell, carried with him a yellow flag. So if there was a penalty, he would wave it, but he would do it unobtrusively. Shipley takes off on the punt return. Bill goes into reach to pull out the flag, but it flew out of his hands right in mid-sentence there. There's a flag on the play. Yeah, the flag was on text, so it didn't matter.
Only on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone.
Listen to the Bama Brown experience on the free iHeartRadio app or at BamaBrownPodcast.com.
Slow going, traveling eastbound on Bee Cave Road due to a wreck at Walsh Tarleton Lane. There's also a new crash on FM 1825 at Wells Branch Parkway. It'll also take you about 15 to 20 minutes extra making that drive on I-35 northbound due to congestion from Highway 45 up to William Cannon Drive. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
As Texas basketball fans, you know we can all agree on one thing. The refs could definitely use some glasses. Luckily, Bud Light doesn't require perfect vision. It just requires great taste. Once you crack open one and enjoy the game, nothing better than a Bud Light while you yell at the refs. Bud Light, the official domestic beer of Texas basketball. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hennion and Walsh was made for people like you. People who value speaking to the right people at the right time. That's why we answer the phone ourselves, to understand you and help you invest for the life you want, because you've earned it. We're Hennion and Walsh, and a human connection. Get a second opinion. Call 800-279-5279 or find us online. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Hennion and Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Hennion and Walsh Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose?
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
These days, it's getting harder and harder to trust what you're seeing. Who made it? Is it real?
But with iHeart, everything you hear is guaranteed human. That's why 78% of listeners trust their favorite radio host's product recommendations. And if you own or manage a business here or need to drive sales, that trust goes a long way in creating your future customers. Make iHeartMedia a part of your 2026 plan today. Call 844-844-iHeart. Again, that's 844-844-iHeart.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Hey, America, we need to have a little talk. I don't know if you've noticed, but we got a lot of food in this country. A lot of peaches, a lot of corn, a lot of apples, a lot of everything. We've got so much food that we can't even eat it all. So if we got all this extra food, how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? I just don't get it. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to the hungry kids who need it. They can get you food even if you live in Idaho or Alaska or somewhere crazy like that. This isn't complicated. We got extra food and we've got hungry kids. Feeding America's done the math. Now it's your turn. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. I know you got internet on your phone, so what are you waiting for? We can't do it without your help. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's Coach Sark. Now back to the morning kickoff with Hardge and Henry on your radio home for the Longhorns, 1300 The Zone.
If you missed any part of the show, go over to the podcast page wherever you get your podcast. Check out the morning kickoff. Also, follow us on all of our social media at Mike or at Hardball Hardge, and of course at D Henry, and of course follow the station at 1300 The Zone on social media. Follow us on all of our platforms because you can watch us. That's right. You can see our faces. You know, some of you probably don't want to see our faces. You can see our faces on YouTube, X, and of course, Facebook. Mark, Texas men's basketball is sitting at 11-7 and 2-3 in the SEC. They travel to Lexington, Kentucky to take on the Wildcats tonight, 6 p.m. SEC Network. But you can hear all the action right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone with the voice of the Texas Longhorns and Texas Longhorns Athletics. Craig Way and Eddie Orrin will be the analysts. This is a big matchup for the Texas Longhorns in a way that they can get themselves some good rankings to be able to get into the tournament at the end of the year.
This is one of those quad win teams that they really need on their record.
Yep.
I mean, regardless of whatever failure you had, you get a win like this, then people, it just, come on. They have several guys on that team that are going to be playing in the NBA in a year or two.
Yeah.
And they're very long and athletic, and they have scorers. So Texas is going to have to score. So put your big boy pants on, because tonight it's gonna be, you're gonna have to play defense, but you're gonna have to score.
Yeah.
And you have to do what you do best. That high screen and shoot, pick and pops is where they live. Like, why try to do other things when you can do, until they stop it? Continue to do it. You have another big guy. You have a big guy on your team. Run the low screens and get him the entry pass and force fouls. They have aggressive center and forwards that want to go to the NBA. Now you get to prove yourself against NBA talent guys. I'm very curious to see what it looks like tonight.
Yeah, this is one of those games where you're going to need your bigs to play big, and you're also going to need your guards to guard on the perimeter. This is one of those games where you're going to work because Kentucky is a blue blood. This is a basketball school, and they know one thing, and that's winning basketball games. They have a history of one and dones, and now with the new coach Pope and what he's been able to do at Kentucky, it brings a lot of excitement to the basketball. They're playing really good basketball as of right now. They beat Tennessee the other day, so they're coming in with some momentum and some aggressiveness. The series is only 2-1. Kentucky leads that, and the last time that they played was last year here, but Texas won that game 82-78. But the challenge is going to be finding consistency with this Texas basketball team. We heard Coach Sean Miller after the loss to Texas A&M, a game in spurts. You know, games are always played in these little windows of opportunities. I know that some coaches call them 4-minute marks. You want to be able to play for 4 minutes. You want to go as hard as you possibly can for 4 minutes. Well, Texas came out in that second half, and the game kind of got away from them. The scoreboard says 74-70. But if you were watching the game, there was a point where you thought A&M was about to run away with the game.
Yeah.
Texas can't fall into that part of the game anymore.
I think a lot of the effort issues have gone away. Now is because they worked hard. I was watching them struggle a little bit at times because things didn't work. When I say it's kind of demoralizing when you miss 2 or 3 shots in a row. They can't allow that. I would rather them scheme and do what they do best than to, take. I mean, our guy took a couple of bad shots. Kendall Weaver. Kendall Weaver took a couple of bad shots.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that Mark and what's my guy?
Pope or Swain.
Swain were like, bro, why are you taking that shot? That's the kind of stuff that brings you down. So they need to stick to positive, structured basketball against Kentucky. Otherwise, they're going to get boat raced. Kentucky is you mentioned them as a blue blood. They're a blue blood because they choose basketball over football. They're consistently in the top 10 for the last 20 years.
Yep.
Texas is going to have to play inspired, and they're going to have to play structured basketball in order to get this quad win.
Yep. They're definitely going to have to play some physical basketball as well. Matis is going to be moved around. And, Matis has this problem when he gets into the lane. He likes to extend his arm. He extends it with the ball in his hand like he's a running back and he's giving him the Heisman Trophy. And it's like, you can't extend your arm. But what he has been able to do is be consistent at the free throw line. I love the fact that he gets fouled and he can go to the free throw line and make his free throws. He's a guy that is, he's for as tough as he is and as big as he is, he's still learning the game of basketball.
Right. I see a lot.
He's a sophomore. So he's still learning this game at this level. And I expect to see him continue to grow as we move forward.
Somebody needs to tell him, you mentioned that moving your arms out laterally is going to slow you down. If you move your arms upward, then all your momentum goes upward.
Yeah.
It's little simple biomechanical things that some of these guys need to be told. And once you break it to them, they go, oh, that makes sense. Because if you reaching like this to the side, for those that can't see, I'm reaching to the side. But if you reach it to the side, you cannot go vertical with your hands outside. He needs to go up.
Yeah.
And I hopefully that this will reach him.
Well, we'll see what ends up happening tonight as they get ready to take on the Kentucky Wildcats. Make sure you're locked in tomorrow all morning long. Tomorrow we'll have our guy Eric Henry of Horns 247 will be joining us at 8 a.m. We will have Texas baseball coach Jim Schlossnagle for our weekly conversation that will be starting tomorrow. And we have Kat Osterman joining us at 8:17 a.m. to talk all things Texas Longhorns.
You want to take Von Lane bus to Houston to catch a game with me?
Nah, man, I'm good right now.
Come on, man.
We can talk about it tomorrow.
Let's get the game together.
We can talk about it tomorrow and see what happens.
Okay, let's talk about it tomorrow then.
That's Mark Henry. I'm Hardball Hardge, and of course we got our guy Marcus. But just remember this, folks. Don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
The second round is this weekend, and now you can trade on football legally in Texas on Kalshi. Right now, LA is trading at 42% to beat Seattle. That means a $100 trade pays out $289 with a win. On Kalshi, you are trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the odds change, you can buy in and out of your position all game long. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code IHEART to get $20 when you trade 100. KALSHI. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Searching online for a car? When you call that dealership, your first question should be, are there any extra costs to the price on your website? At Henna Chevrolet, our answer will always